everyone, I'm Princess Jasmine Flies Away, and today we're going to be talking about books. In 2018, I said I would read 20 books, and I ended up reading 9. I'm not too disappointed because I'm not much of a reader as I was when I was younger, but I am determined to change that, and I'm still determined to talk about books on this channel because I like books, I like storytelling. So, this is my 5 favourite books that I read in 2018. Number 5 is The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet by Bertie Sue and Kate Rorick. Roderick? Sorry. It's a companion piece to Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which is a YouTube series about Pride and Prejudice. And I liked it. So much so, I gave it 4 stars. Let's talk about it. If you love the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, this is the perfect companion piece. There's more about Lydia, there's more about Charlotte, there's more about Jane, and there's still loads of plot twists and things you don't expect because they were never in the videos. They might have been planned for the videos, but they're so much better in diary form. So I really enjoyed that concept. But if you haven't watched the videos, I recommended consuming them together. The only fault of this book is it doesn't tell you which videos were released after which diary entry, so I had to kind of do that for myself. Here's a diary entry, and then I put which videos were released afterwards. So you're going to have to kind of do that yourself, but it's worth it because it makes so much sense and you don't feel like you're missing out on anything, and you're not constantly going, when did this happen? Go back to the videos, or when did this happen? Go back to the books. It's just all there if you consume it together. Also, sorry that I wrote in a book. I'm sure someone's going to say, why did you do that? Why did you not put post-it notes? I'm sorry. Number 4. This is the only book I don't have on my shelf because I lent it to Books Eat Nerds, Harriet Soden, in March. Of course, I am talking of Secrets of the Mad by Dodie Clark. I give this book 4 stars. For those of you who don't know Dodie Clark, she's a YouTuber and she goes by doddleoddle or doddlevloggle or Dodie when she performs, and I was concerned that her beautifully written songs / videos wouldn't be translated well into book form, and I was pleasantly surprised / proven wrong yet again when I read the book. It's just so Dodie-esque. That's a phrase I just coined. Every page in that book screams Dodie. Point number 2, it's educational. When I read it, I was 20 years old and I did feel like, what could Miss Dodie Clark teach me? But I did learn quite a few things. It's very big sisterly advice educational. If you have a younger sibling who's a big fan of Dodie, this is the book for them. Possibly. Third point, I saw a few criticisms on Goodreads that Dodie retells stories that she already told on her channel, and I find that the story she retells is from a very different point of view than when she first told them. When she first told them, they were very fresh or they were just a few months away, and now when she's telling them a book's aesthetic, they're like years away, and she's feel more detached from them, I guess, and she's more mature and she deals with it better. So I find those criticisms to be kind of but it didn't bore me, and I consider myself a big Dodie fan and I've watched a lot of her videos, so there we go. Number 3, How to Stop Time by Matt Haig, which I gave 4 stars. So this book is about a man who's lived for 400 plus years and how he deals with his immortality. I've seen this book being compared to About Time and Time Traveller's Wife, and no, there is no time travel in this book. It is not like those books. No time travel. This book is actually becoming a film with Benedict Cumberbatch in it, and when I was reading it, I kept thinking, this would be a really good story for a television series with Tom Hiddleston or David Tennant, because I could see them playing this character, but I'll take a film with Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm actually labelling this book as my introduction to historical fiction because there's a lot of flashbacks which deal with specific moments in time over the 400 years, and it really interested me. I've never really been into historical fiction, in quotation marks, or period drama literature, and this was a really good introduction for me with the flashbacks. Finally, my third and final point, this book deals with immortality in a different way than I have seen in books, TV shows, or films. Whenever I read or watch immortality, it's always presented as, I'm a vampire, or I'm a Time Lord, or I have to watch everyone I love die. Brood. It's never, average. And this book just says, hey, I'm an average Joe, I've had to live for 400 plus years, I've seen it all, and he has. He's watched the places he grew up in change over time, he does a boring job, he deals with the same crap every single day. It's about a man who lives a boring life, and the sad bit is he's not dying. He's going to continue to live this boring life for a long time. And I thought that was super interesting and more interesting than anything else I've seen about immortality. So give this book a go. Number 2, The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One by Amanda Lovelace, which I gave 4 stars. So Amanda Lovelace wrote one of my favourite poetry books, The Princess Saves Herself in This One, which I found after reading Milk and Honey, which was a great introduction to, I don't even know what you call it, this kind of poetry. It's very short, there's a lot of white space. Milk and Honey was the great introduction, but this was just the perfection. I love this. It's fairy tales, it's poetry, it's short, it's distinct, it's quick read. I was in love. So when I found out she made a second one, and she's making a third one, I knew I had to buy it and read it straight away. Now admittedly, I read this faster than this one, but I still enjoyed this one tons. And I think what both books do very well is I would be reading it, I would get to a certain poem, I would close the book and sit there and go, wow, that was really impactful or really inspiring, or just made me go, ooh, I'm tingling. I love when books do that. Books are awesome when they can do that to me, and there's just amazing, amazing, amazing poems in this. And I definitely took quite a few pictures on my phone and then rewrote them on Tumblr to reblog them. That's just the kind of person I am. And I feel like this book achieved that, so this book still gets a thumbs up from me. And number 1 is Skulduggery Pleasant by Derek Manley. Come on down. Hey there, buddy. I gave you 5 stars. How do I describe a book like Skulduggery Pleasant? This book was suggested to me in year 9 by a fellow classmate, and I remember being like, that's a skull on the cover. I'm reading Princess Diaries. I'm never gonna like this. I was very wrong. I enjoyed this, I devoured it, I read through most of the series, and then I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it. For some reason, 2 books for the last one, I just went, I'm alright, and then put it down and never picked it up again. But I knew I needed to reread it because I wouldn't understand the 2 books without reading the series. Admittedly, I did finish this book in early 2018, and number 2 is still up here, waiting to be read. But this book just sets up the series so well, it has so many intriguing characters, and it is so sarcastic and funny. I feel like I haven't done a good enough job explaining it, because I didn't explain it at all, but I feel like you just need to go out and experience it for yourself. It's got a whole series, so you don't have to do any of that waiting crap. You can just bust through these. But I'm very excited to see what the series has to offer me. Such a good book. And that was it. That was my top 5 books in 2018. This year, I would really, 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 really like it if I could read 20 books. But if I get over 13, I'll be happy. Because 13 is the highest I've got in the good reading challenge. So anything higher than that, I'd be celebrating. But I've been Princess Jasmine Flies Away, and I want to know what your favourite book of 2018 was, and what are your book recommendations and book resolutions, and what are you reading currently? And I now know you nights of awesome. Bye bye.